Welcome back. We are here for Brindlewood Bay, Golden Grifters, episode 8. My gosh. Okay. So it's been a minute. No, actually it's been an hour comparably. So we are going off one person's notes, not mine. And we're just gonna say what we think we remember from last time. Like some pertinent bits. Somebody died. We know that because that's what happens in Brindlewood
Yeah.
Bay. um, but for each of the characters, if they remember who they were interacting with and who, what they remember doing, that would be fantastic. If not, well then we shall go on to our usual cozy vignettes introducing the show. Whoever wants to try and go first.
I can I was I believe having a standoff with Catherine? No, Helen.
Catherine's the one that's dead.
I was gonna say, hold on. Yes, with Helen.
Yes.
Over I believe it was some shipping manifests and um is what I found in the folder. And
Mhm.
she was like, why are you in here? You shouldn't be in here. And I was like, bugger off.
Right. Okay.
I believe I was talking to Janie Cassidy, the cashier, because if I recall correctly, she's the one who found the body and she was freaking out pretty hardcore.
Pretty hardcore,
So
yes.
I was trying to calm her down
Mm-hmm.
and get some sense out of her and, generally play the meddling granny equivalent of good cop here.
Nice.
Uh,
I forget. Did I give you a clue? And two, what did you roll?
I do not remember, but let me see.
Let's see if I.
There's a bunch of clues here, and I'm trying to remember where all they came from. I know the invitation to meet at Creation Station came out of Luke's pocket, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The newspaper article about ancient artifacts on beaches, I think was just lying around somewhere. The lucrative job offer was an overheard conversation. Uh, the shipping manifest we talked about, the Harper and Mink catalog
That was found, I
that
believe.
was found, yeah.
Yeah.
And the sewing kit, I'm not sure about.
Yeah, I think that was not you.
No.
So you know what? For funsies, because since we don't remember very well, and my memory's awfully shit, we're just gonna. I'm gonna make a note to give you said clue, and then give complications or keeper reactions to the other two. Okay, but
Sounds good.
as we start off, like every other episode of of Brindlewood Bay, uh, cozy vignettes, theme song goes, and again, like what you would be doing. And I believe one of you has started marking the crowns of the
That's me.
void. Yeah, so then you'd have to end up adding a little bit of creepy to your vignette for sure. Okay.
Oh, I got a good idea.
Okay. So whomever wants to go first as the theme song goes, the intro to the show, like the title card to the show flashes on the screen. What do we see first?
So if I go first, I don't mind, but I do have a quick question. Can the cozy vignette, or sorry, yeah, cozy vignette be kind of in the context of the current clue as well? Or is it supposed to
Absolutely.
be separate? Okay.
No, I mean, conceivably it could be separate, but I think since you guys are smack dab in the middle of it, I think it would be kind of cool to see how you can incorporate scenes from last time. But I mean, kind of like where we didn't see it on camera. You know what I mean? Like kind of like those shots that they kind of pulled out,
Mhm.
but we included them in the vignette. Yeah.
Okay. So it's gonna kind of pan through the store, maybe showing some of the other girls and stuff doing, their stuff like off to the side, and then kind of come around the side as I'm standing in that closet area where the dead body is, and I have the folder with the ship manifests in it, and I'm kind of flipping through it. and you see me just like doing the very typical like detective look, like like hamming it up, looking through it. What's noticeable though is like the body's very clearly there with the scissors sticking out, and they're those sort of craft shears that have the like ornate handle that looks like a bird almost. And the eye of the bird is going to kind of flip and roll over and look like a human eye, and kind of look around and blink and then just like flip back. But I don't notice it because I'm just kind of like looking through the manifest and like tapping on different things. Is that good creep? We like eyeballs, so you know,
Eyeballs are creepy.
eyeballs and mouse or human faces on rats.
Let's see. The camera cuts to a very different space, which is Pearl's sunny kitchen. Oh, I haven't changed my name. And it's clearly early morning by the light. There's a flyer on the table that lets us know that that she was planning to go to the craft store later in the day. But what she is doing is actually, it seems like, testing different mixes of shredded cheeses for how they melt. And she's tasting little bits of toast with different blends of shredded cheeses on them. So clearly she's in the middle of developing a recipe.
Me next?
Mhm.
I am feeling more lost than usual. um, let's say that for this, Sai is she is browsing yarn selections at the craft store, and she's got caviar in her big caviar tote bag with his little window that he likes to look out of, and he's also extremely interested in the different types and textures of yarn. Um, and then it'll cut to her checking out with an armful of yarn. And then back at her place, she's knitting and trying out and sizing her knitted things onto caviar. And he's just like giving her the caviar stare. Meow.
Even if you just left it at like he's giving her the caviar, I'd be like, I understand what that
Yeah,
means.
yeah. He's getting the business from caviar.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say before we enter into the mystery proper, after the cozy vignettes, I think there's like kind of like a weird fade into a scene for some reason, but I'm just gonna do this and then like it'll be part of the whole thing. But I think there's a weird like transition fade into a scene where you see the title card say summer 1877, and you see there's a whaler, a whaling ship, and on the side it like the camera pans to the side of it where it says Deep Reaver, and then you hear like the sounds of like gulls or pelicans or something as you hear the shouts of men as they shout at each other in wonder with something that has been strapped to the side of the boat. It's a dark shape. Can't quite tell what's going on, and you just see their faces like it's like some are in fear, some are in awe, and some of them are strangely calculating. And you hear the smacks and splurts of this thing as they release the ropes and this thing falls to the ground. And you just see snatches and cuts of what look like tentacle-like legs and rows of oily black eyes. before the camera pans back to the crew and they start talking about how they're going to sell this thing that they found in its parts. No value in its whole, but the parts are curiosities, novelties for those that are in the market for such a thing. And this is a port town, so this is a very great market for them to do so, like right off of the boat while it's fresh. And you see each of the as yet unnamed seamen make money off of the parts that they sell. And then it goes into a drone shot of the town as it was then, and then fades into a shot of the town as it is now, thriving as a tourist spot. And then we head over to the spot of the Creation Station and Savoy and Mink. And then inside, I believe you guys are located right now in the Creation Station, doing your your individual investigations, however you're doing them. So, let me give you your clue, Pearl. So this way I can try to figure out how to complicate things for Mazi and how to really mess things up for Sai. Okay, so you're talking with Janie. I think Janie's like, kind of... She's still very self-absorbed, as she is. Like talking about, like, this would have been her big break, if this satin soiree gets canceled, and she's talking about how this is not where she wants to end up for her future, and she starts gossiping with you a little bit about like some of the things that she's overheard while she's been here, and one of the things that she says that she overheard was it sounded like Catherine, and then somebody else that she has no idea who Catherine was talking to. And it sounds like Catherine was not fending them off, but saying that for all your grand gestures, it's no use. I can't be with you. I won't be with you. You need to go. And so she's relating this to you like it's a big secret, which it is, because like nobody else I don't think it knew, except for whomever Catherine was talking with. So the clue is an overheard romantic overture rejected. An overheard romantic overture rejected.
Well, that is very, very interesting. And once I'm sure that she's told me the good stuff she's going to tell me, I'll reassure her the idea that you get one big break, one chance is a myth. You make your opportunities. If you want to get out of this town, get out of this town. You don't have to wait for someone else.
I guess you're right. I mean, I'm the most famous fashion model's cousin ever to be asked to leave Fashion Week, so, you're right. I mean, I'm too hot to be here, so maybe I should just, find my way. I think I'm gonna do that, regardless of what Dad says. I mean, like, he just...
Bird has to leave the nest sometime.
He's really brilliant. Don't tell him I said that. But he's content, and I don't want to be content. Not right now.
You're
Yeah.
young. You want to try things. You want to find out who you are and what's out there. Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even, even Luke over there, I mean, like, I guess, doing his thing. Although, being a barista, I guess. I mean, like, he knows a bit about coffee, which is cool, I suppose. But, yeah, I think I'm going to set my sights beyond Brindlewood Bay. I think I can totally do that. Thank you so much for talking with me. I mean, you don't have to.
No, I see a lot of myself in you. Believe it or not, I was never as hot as you, but I was young and not content to stay where I was, and it was the right decision for me to move on.
I mean, the only way to find out is to try, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
You can come home if you need to.
And hopefully I won't need to.
Exactly.
As she walks away, and she's going to, I guess, talk with her dad. Mazi and Helen. The 8.
Out of character, what is the
Mhm.
barista's name?
Luke.
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 Sexy.
Luke.
Luke Sexy. That's his full name.
I thought it was Luke Hot Buns.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's his nickname. That's his stripper name.
Oh my god. Oh, you guys are terrible. I mean,
And
like,
the coffee's extra hot.
I mean, just lucky we're old, 'cause it's like we don't give a shit.
Making it blush.
Exactly.
We can totally admire like all sorts and all ages.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
He's an adult.
he's an adult. Yes, he is.
If he's not, we've already broken several laws. I'm
Oh,
just
so
saying.
many laws.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think I made him old enough. Jesus.
Yeah, I think
Um,
it was early 20s or something
We
like that.
haven't
Yes.
That's fine.
touched him.
yes.
Yeah, no.
No.
We've just looked and
Admired.
talked.
Ogled.
Admired.
Well, I just mean like child labor laws, driving regulations.
Oh,
That-
yeah, those.
yeah.
Those two. Yeah.
No.
minors
He's,
without
Definitely those.
Yeah.
Minors without
supervision in the scene of a crime. I don't know if that's illegal, but it should be. I don't know. Show me your ID.
okay, hold on a second. Oh my gosh, because there's more people that I need to introduce. Does anybody remember? Because I don't remember. Have to do some serious editing once I figure this out. But does anybody remember if I just mentioned Miss Savoy, or did I introduce Miss Savoy? 'Cause I
Savoy
don't
and Mink, right?
Yeah.
I think you just mentioned. I don't think we've met her.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, she's been
perfect.
alluded to and other people saying, she's going to be throwing a fit or whatever, but
Yeah.
has not been on scene.
Okay.
Yes, that sounds factual.
Okay, cool. But I think, just trying to decide who. Oh, wait.
Oh. But wait.
Okay, I'm
There's
gonna deal with
more.
Mazi first.
Yeah. Oh is never good. That's never good.
I don't know what time, but
So
it's
Mazi,
always
you're having like both of you and Helen are shooting daggers at each other as like things start to ramp up for sus. But I think as you're in this room looking at the body, oh God, I think from another door that you guys didn't notice before, in steps this broad-shouldered man in a luxurious Italian suit, very bespoke. And he's slicked back hair, very Italian looking. And just comes in like, like talking to himself, like kind of making notations, I guess, of like, yes, this is what I need to make sure that the manifest will out on this. And he sees you both in the room. What is this? What is going on, Helen? And then he sees, I guess, behind you both, her body, and he says, "Oh, my Catherine!" And he'll kind of like wave his hands and like, just kind of like, speak very quickly in Italian and then look very solemn suddenly and say, she always wanted a dramatic death, but in a penthouse or a museum or on a lovely bridge. Not like this. Que peccato. A sad way to go. Ugh, red was not her color. Have the police been called? I guess.
I think they're trying to get them on the line right now, out front. But we're trying to keep this area clear, and since it is a crime scene.
Are you
Sir?
with the police? Are you a retired, how did they say, cop?
That's a strong way to put it. But I have worked closely with law enforcement. Yes.
I am Alonso Marchesi. I am Catherine's husband. Yes. How did this happen? She is dead. She's bloody and in red. Ugh.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. Alonso, Mr. Marchesi, you said?
Yes.
So, would we know that she was married? Like, is that like a well-known thing, or?
He is. If you are familiar with Savoy and Mink, but if you didn't care, then like you probably wouldn't. But he is actually the brand director as well as the graphic designer at Savoy and Mink. So he is that is his job. Yes. So.
But the marriage may or may not be well known. Just like, would it be stupid for Maz to be like, "Oh, you're her husband. How long have you been married?" Or was it a very public thing that we would probably know about if we've been here a little bit?
You might know about it. I mean, like, it's not, well, because her last name is Mink, of course, like, to keep up with the whole, like, naming thing. And also because he is, like, the brand director, da-da-da. I mean, like, maybe, like, they didn't want to make it completely public because of the possible, like,
Conflict of interest.
right.
Okay. I will just I probably have some sort of writing utensil in my hand, start scratching down some notes, and just say, "Oh, okay, so you're her husband." I will make sure that is mentioned in the reports. If you could, and I will sort of step over like around the body and sort of usher him like to the side. So we're trying to keep everybody who's currently in the store as with an active crime scene. We are all considered possible suspects, as you would probably understand.
Why would I be considered as a suspect? I mean, I have just gotten here, and I am trying to get things ready for this satin soiree. I mean,
well,
why?
To be clear, you just came in here at the moment, but that doesn't mean you were in here earlier and then came back. So, and I'm not saying you did it, of course. No, I would never assume anything, but until we get to the bottom of it, I would ask you to stay on the premises.
And this is where Helen will come over and say, as officious as this guest of the store is, Alonso, I think we could, just cooperate. I believe the sheriff is supposed to be coming in soon, so we just want to be prepared to answer any questions, of course.
Yes. So, if you guys could please, and I'll be kind of ushering them out of the room.
Right.
I'm trying to basically like make it look like I'm clearing the scene,
Sure.
protecting the everything. Yes. Stay in the store, but just not in the room. Obviously, this is where the most evidence will hopefully be found once the police arrive.
Right. I think, well, I mean, I don't know if I actually like quoted this the last time, but I think Helen will give you the eyeball, Mazi, as if to say, don't say anything about our conversation earlier, because she
Ooh.
was not very complimentary to Catherine,
Right.
beforehand. So, especially in front of her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
um,
Just make a mental note of that for later.
yeah, I'm gonna say in this case, marked by Helen.
Ooh.
Ooh. I'm still
Mm.
marked by Wolf as well.
I thought we got rid of that because you talked about it.
Oh, did we?
I thought you did.
I think, yeah, it was in the cozy move last time, I
That's what I
think.
thought. Yeah. But considering it's been so while, go ahead and take that off because yeah, you're no longer in that town. So.
Okay.
And to be honest, it's like Mazi always struck me as the kind of sort who, yeah, you have a problem with me. Yeah, so. And then like
Move
goes
on.
on her merry way. So I'm kind of like,
Peels out.
yeah, exactly. You're like, so yeah.
Cool story, bro.
Right.
Bye.
And then sigh.
I genuinely do not remember
I
where I was or
know.
what I was doing.
It's terrible. It's very terrible. I believe you were the one that did find the catalog, though.
I did, yeah, I do have that written down.
Yeah.
Sai spots something out of place, an old catalog sticking out from under some papers. It's an old S&M, only it says Harper and Mink, and it's been purposefully damaged.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I think I looked into the storage area.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we had a map. Like, it's between the two
Don't say you
shops.
want a map. That's the worst bane of my existence, maps.
Oh
Sorry.
no!
I don't like maps. I'm just like, it's like,
I
Aw.
love maps.
okay.
Maps.
Well, I mean,
No, I'm kidding.
for convenience sake, you would be contrary. It's fine. For convenience sake, if you want to say that, like, where you're at right now is between things, like how they have the big front room where they were doing all of the work on Satin Soiree, and then there's like there's like a hallway of stuff and doors before you get to the back room with the work area where they had like inventory or workspaces and such. If you want to say you're in that in between spot, can totally place you there. I mean, like, I'm
Okay.
not gonna make it too complicated.
Good.
No, absolutely not. But I will say though, from the room that Helen and Mazi and then Alonzo came in from a different entrance to that room, I think Helen is bringing Alonzo out, and he sees you there. And I'm gonna say that Alonzo.
Dang it.
He knows you.
So
How
what is
does
this
he
with
know
with
you?
with elegant with elegant European men? Sai?
Mhm. How does Alonso know you? Sigh.
Oh, snap.
Um,
And does he know you as Sigh?
yeah,
Or
yes.
another
What did you
name?
steal from him? That's the
Nothing
real
that
question.
he knows about.
Oh, right.
We were both at the Milan fashion shows in the spring of 67, of course. He was so young then.
Practically a baby.
Is he a model?
No, he's not a model. He was dressing the models,
Huh?
And what were you doing?
rubbing elbows, soaking up the food table. What is that called? Craft services?
Hmm. Somebody had to because I'm sure the models didn't. Just saying.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It's a public service, really.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
helping
much.
him out.
But
My
does-
husband had invested. That's why we were
Okay.
there. He was always throwing money at investments, especially if they had to do with beautiful women.
Mhm.
Mm.
But, and if you don't mind, and if you do, that's fine. We can completely change it. But I feel like there is a more closer relationship between you and Alonso. Or
Definitely.
did he know about or help with things that you might have done while your husband was investing? And
I'm
again, you
gonna
can
go with
change that if you want.
no. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
I don't know the specifics though.
No, that's fine. That's fine because
Okay.
memory is what memory is. But I'm gonna say that he recognizes you, and just kind of like he starts as and like Helen's leading him out. You're there, like ruffling through the shelving that's in this hallway, and he just continually stares at you, and just kind of like, yep, both of you are like locking eyes. And like she's bringing him along to the front, but then his head keeps like
On a swivel.
swivel on you. Yes, exactly. So that whole like going on. And I'm gonna say that like maybe even camera does that weird like flashback kind of thing where it goes into soft focus, and maybe we see a younger you and a younger him.
Passing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yes. And he kind of smiles as he's passing you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna carry this 3 over. That's just the start of it, okay? That's the start of it. We're just gonna carry this a little bit further. Okay, so given that, all right, what do you want to do?
Well,
Yeah. Go for it. What you got, Pearl?
People got
actually,
ideas.
that was a well, I'm not sure.
Oh, it sounded very confident for not being sure.
Well,
Hey,
I have no idea.
confidence is the name of the game, literally.
Confidence is key.
That's
It is.
very true, especially with you 3. So
Mhm. We ooze confidence.
Let's see. Is Jamie's dad here, or do we
Yes.
just know about? Okay, I couldn't remember
No.
if he was here or not.
Yeah, he's here. He was one of the people that came out to help dress the mannequins or
Oh,
the
that's right.
display
Yes.
because he's the dressmaker
Right.
for this.
Right. What is he doing now?
He's talking with his daughter. That's one.
Okay.
But while he's doing that, I mean, like he's still trying to get some semblance of work done for Satin Soiree, and just trying to put together like what he was initially going to be bringing out anyway, to set up the display for the celebration. Yep.
I think what I would like to do is find some way to bustle around looking vaguely helpful. Near enough by that I can eavesdrop on their conversation,
Sure.
but with some degree of deniability of no, I was just tidying up this display here.
Well, I mean,
Using
considering
the
things got
wares.
kind of like mussed around as like people were milling around, I think also too like Luke has also decided to be helpful because like he's here and he was talking to his cousin Melody, the manager, and
Right.
yeah.
Aunt,
So
wasn't it? Isn't he Melody's nephew?
hold on, my brain doesn't want to work.
That's what we have written down in the
Oh, is it okay?
in the
Yes.
character keeper, but I don't
Right.
know if that's
No, that's fine.
okay.
That is perfectly fine. I knew it was like a relation of some sort. I just couldn't remember what I said. Cousin, aunt, who knows?
There's a big difference there.
Yes, that could be Alonso. There's a very cute picture in the chat right now. My God.
Oh, let me take a look-see.
Mm, mm, mm.
Oh, hello.
Yes. Oh, hello. Exactly.
Why, hello.
Hmm. Anyway, sorry.
I think you mean ciao.
Ciao. Ciao bello. Okay, sorry. Derule. All right. Anyway,
We are the most lecherous little old ladies.
We are so totally.
Yes.
And I'm supposed to be running the game. What the hell? I'm terrible. I'm the worst. Okay. So yes, you are the plausible deniability. I mean, like basically, you're trying to help clear the area, and Luke is helping with his aunt, cousin, whatever. Trying to move things out of the way or into place as they're talking, and he's draping things or trying to dress the mannequins with her help, and they're talking rather animatedly, I suppose. Go ahead and roll an meddling move, please. Composure, because you're trying to be somewhat stealthy about it, I would imagine.
Sure thing.
Not to try to be like obvious.
Okay.
So you're just standing there staring at them. Not obvious.
That's
No.
a 12.
Oh, wait, what?
Okay, yeah, you're definitely
Act
obvious.
casual.
She's super casual.
She is super cash and stealthy as hell. All right. So with the 12, that also gives me some opportunity to give you a void clue. I'm going to give you the creepy clue first. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, creepy clue.
Okay. So again, everybody is like, trying to put together this display with several of the mannequins. They're busy dressing, they're busy moving them
I
into
just
place.
realized I rolled that incorrectly. I'm sorry. I rolled 3d6 instead of 2d6 because my brain is dead.
That's okay.
So if you would like me to re-roll it, or if you would like me to drop the lowest or the highest, tell me what you want me to do with that.
Go ahead and re-roll. I was excited. I was going to give you a void clue.
Yeah, no, I just want to be honest here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's
Can
10.
she get a +1 for?
I'm sorry, what?
I was gonna say, can she get a +1 for honesty? No.
I
It's
mean,
not
I
in
can
Pearl's nature.
I know, right? That you're going against nature, so I mean, like, yeah, sure. What did you get?
10.
10.
So I still got a good solid roll.
Yeah.
But
Yes. I don't think this is part of Brindlewood Bay, but I'm going to offer it anyway. So, if you would like to bump it up to a 12, then you would just need to take a crown.
I think I am willing to do that.
Okay. Past or void?
Um,
And if you're doing void, remember you have to go in order.
yes. I think I will go with past.
Okay, cool. You're welcome to do that now, or you can wait until the end. End
I
of
think
session.
I'll wait till the end.
Perfect. Okay. 12. Crown of Past. Okay. Just making a mark on that. Okay, so let me give you the creepy clue first. Sorry. And I think as everybody's dressing like the mannequins or pushing them into place and what have you, I think you will notice in your maneuvering to get closer to here and just like, do your like, nope, I'm not listening. I'm not eavesdropping whatsoever. I think as you're doing that, I think you will see for a split second where it looks like all of the mannequins' heads swivel to follow you, to follow what you're doing.
Come again?
Creepy clue. That's the creepy clue.
Yeah.
Come again?
Yes.
Say
And
what?
then your clue. Yeah, their talk is rather animated and low whispers as they bend and move to to dress the mannequins. But I think you overhear, it's a slight, not an argument, but kind of like an admonishment from Calvin, who's saying it's like like, what were you doing, like nosing about and like shifting all the papers and such. You didn't need to do that. And she's like, but Dad, I mean, like, I'm the one who's cashing out a lot of things. Maybe I have to look to see like how to do this again, or maybe to write up these stupid receipts for people and such. And then she goes on to tell him it's like she happened to find a note about threat to go public about a smuggling operation.
Ooh.
Don't know anything about that. Like, we're trying to just trying to get this done, like, have this soiree go off without a hitch. regardless. And you wanted to do this to get your name out there and get some reputation and then get some pictures done, right? I mean, don't blow it just because of some stupid threat that's probably empty anyway. And that should put you over here. That was Pearl. Sai, what are you doing after the gaze?
Having a moment.
Lost in memory?
Sorry.
I think I'll probably want to go and find either Pearl or Mazi, just to be like, you will not believe who I just saw.
Well, Alonso is heading off with Helen into the main room where, all the bustle is going on to try and salvage getting Satin Soiree done. And then Mazi's still in the back room, or one of the back rooms that, the body
With
was
the
found.
body.
I'm
At the
heading to
body.
Mazi. I'm with Mazi in the body. I'm going to Mazi.
Yo
Okay.
body.
Mazi.
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
Mazi.
I'm bending down carefully trying to look at her left hand to see if there's a ring on it.
Mazi.
What? Hold on.
You will not believe who is here.
Is it what was the guy's name at the from the last thing? The fancy fellow.
No, it's not him.
It's not the fancy fellow.
What?
What was his name?
No.
Lucario.
It's it's Alonso. Alonso is here. Did I ever tell you about him?
No, you didn't tell me about. I don't think you told me about him, but yeah, I just saw him.
We had one beautiful spring in Italy.
Oh, go on.
I can't. No, that's inappropriate. I won't tell you about it. But he's here. And I
Is that a problem?
don't want to talk to him.
Okay.
He hasn't seen me in as long as that young girl with the hair has been alive. He probably doesn't even recognize me. He probably doesn't even remember me.
Okay. So at this point, I'm gonna peek my head out and just see if there's anybody nearby, and then kind of poke back in and be like, "Does he know you as Sai? Does he know you as something else?
No,
Do we need a code word?
Don't be ridiculous. I never
Do we need
used
to make a getaway?"
Yes, but no.
Oh.
I feel like I think I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down.
I'm going to say that as you sit down, this is where I put the 3 on you.
Oh no.
You are sitting down, I don't know, maybe on a crate or something weird like that, or a box. It's in a weird corner or something. I think as you sit down, you try to lean on the wall, and the wall gives way. I think you tumble back. Yep, out of sight.
Now, does she tumble back towards the store or back into that secret door that he came through?
Did I land on the body? Please don't say I landed on the body.
No. I think he came out of a door.
Okay.
But when she leans on the wall, it just goes back into something else, into another space.
Is it broken or is it a purposeful?
It's a purposeful thing.
Okay. So it's not like a temporary sort of makeshift wall that she has just toppled over and
I think you just Daphne'd your way into finding a secret door.
Yes. Exactly.
Ah!
Yeah.
So
and you find yourself, and I
good.
think you find yourself a flimsy divider splits this surprisingly cavernous space between Creation Station and Savoy and Mink. what makes you suspect, and I think I did this last time, but this is a real reason now. So, what makes you suspect the warehouse is used for more than just storage? It's dimly lit. It is kind of, again, it's cavernous and it's high and yeah, there's,
I don't think we did this last time.
okay. Then I'm like imagining things. So, good on me. All right, great. I was
have to go
saving
back
this.
and watch the last episode. Be
It's
like,
like,
oh, we did do that. I don't remember doing that.
that's okay. It's like, we'll call it vivarium and then go from there. No, no. But anyway, so yeah, what makes you suspect, so paint the scene, what makes you suspect the warehouse is used for more than just storage?
Okay, so I've toppled through essentially a wall
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
landed with a and a of dust. And I am actually in the warehouse now,
Yes.
but in an area that I couldn't see when I just looked in
Yeah.
last time.
Right.
And what I am seeing here is boxes and boxes and boxes of what appear to be velvet, and let me know if this is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those velvet boxes that really expensive jewelry comes in,
Ooh.
stacked, like the kind that you would have in the glass display case,
Mm-hmm. Open.
open.
Yeah.
They're all closed and stacked up,
Sure.
and I can't see any jewelry, but because it's Sai, she can smell it, right? She knows it's there.
Well, you recognize the boxes
Yeah,
immediately
yeah.
because of what you've seen them. You know them.
And
Where's
whereas
Caviar, by the way, in this situation?
I've lost track of Caviar. He would be somewhere close by. Did he do anything last time?
I don't remember,
I don't
to
think
be honest.
he did. I think he just kind of, you were
Hung
holding
out.
him.
He was just hanging out with me in my
Yeah.
tote bag.
So
Yeah.
that
If you want
sounds
a if you want a retroactive, whether you let him loose or if you like just kind of kept him near one of the others, that's fine.
I would say when I went in to talk to Mazi, I probably set the tote bag down as I went to sit down. So he's on the
Yes.
opposite side of the wall with Mazi now.
I think you might hear him meowing. It's like
distraught.
and I think Mazi, you hear Caviar going like, "What the hell?"
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean, like, what else? I mean, like, this paint scene is for everybody.
Okay, so yeah, and I was just gonna say that the boxes of jewelry are in there, and whereas like Savoy and Mink and Creation Station do have like some very nice pieces,
Mhm.
the volume and quality of the jewelry that I'm seeing in this room is highly suspicious.
Big sus. Okay,
Major sus AF.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What about you two?
I think that there's a little corner of the warehouse that has a couple of chairs and a table. Not like a couple of folding chairs and a couple of boxes that somebody has pulled into position to set their coffee cup on, but actual chairs and a table, not fancy, but decent furniture, as if somebody is accustomed to having one-on-one meetings here.
Mm.
Okay, fair.
So I was going to say that you see the fancy jewelry boxes and kind of panning a little bit further. Something that definitely would stand out is there are two decent sized server racks with a series of lights on them, kind of whirring and making noises.
Yeah.
Got some information funneling through with their meetings and their jewelries.
Okay.
Shady.
Well, this is also why Sai can see the boxes because, well, she can smell them a mile away. But of course, but there's like the dim light, like showing the sheen of the velvet and the richness of the velvet that's here. So, yeah, and then you can hear Caviar meowing, like, where the fuck did she go?
Mom,
From the other side of the wall.
Mom,
Right, exactly.
mommy, mama.
Mama.
Exactly.
So, Mazi, what do you do?
Well, I'm immediately like shuffling over trying to help her up. Like, are you okay? What? Ooh, and like helping her up, but also pushing on like the wall that gave way.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, what do we have back here? Like, super intrigued as I'm, I imagine I'm doing the a hand under each armpit, like hoisting her up a little bit.
Yes.
Like, come on.
Sure.
So rough with me.
I'm being gentle.
I have a question out of character. Since
Sure.
it was a 3 roll, did I break anything? Or because this seems more
No.
like an advantage than a disadvantage.
True.
Perhaps she made
Depends
a lot
on
of
who finds out
noise?
you've been in here.
That's true.
Right.
Nobody.
We can
will.
leave it. We can leave it. Forget I said anything.
Listen, if there's no witnesses,
That's
Hmm.
like my life motto.
right? So reach
Size
back.
life
There's no
motto.
witnesses.
Size
Did
life
a
motto.
crime really happen?
Exactly.
I
So
don't think so. I
basically,
don't think it
I'll
did.
reach through, pull Caviar in his little bag through, and like push the wall back into place.
Now we're like fully in this room.
Well, I'm gonna say, okay, for one thing, I'm gonna say that you see, like, whatever area you're in, it's like it's again a remote area that may or may not have been used recently. That's why it's dusty where you are. But I think if you peek around the corner a little bit, I think you will see, like, there's a pathway of sorts around here. And you will also see that at this table for a one-on-one meeting, there's somebody sitting with their back to you,
Ooh,
but they're not moving.
Oh no.
another body. We've been made.
Shh.
I'm not used to being in on the action, don't you know? I'm in the car.
No response.
I'm going to I think what I'll do is I will pick up something inconsequential, a knob off of something or a quarter out of my pocket or something, and like throw it to the other, over the person, past to the other side, just to
Mhm.
make a distracting noise to see if anything happens. Like,
Clink, chink,
yeah.
like as it settles where it is, no response.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
Maybe it's a mannequin.
Shh. Mazi. Mazi.
What?
Go
Go away.
go over there and see if they're alive.
Why me?
Because you're faster.
No, my car is faster.
Okay.
Rock,
You-
paper, scissors.
No, I'm gonna send Caviar.
Okay.
I'm gonna send
okay.
Caviar over to sort of investigate and see if there's any reaction. He's gonna reach up. He's gonna saunter. Cat's sauntering. He's gonna
Sure.
saunter over.
Sure.
Very chill, Caviar.
Sure.
And he is going to sit and wash his paw. He's right next to the person now, because he's covered in dust, and then that makes him need to clean himself. And then he'll look. He's looking up at the person, and he's got his paw, and he's gonna just very gently try to get the person's attention. And a little scratchy scratch. Mazi, I don't think that they're gonna be able to get us in trouble.
It's a mannequin.
Is it a mannequin?
I don't know. Is there hair?
There's hair.
Okay. So
Yeah.
by all reason from the back, it does look like a human,
Correct.
not a mannequin.
Correct.
I didn't know if it was like a white head on top.
Does it have
just...
like a hat on that?
No.
Mannequins can have wigs.
That's
That
true.
doesn't rule it
they
out.
can. They can.
Yeah.
Mazi, go over there and see.
I'll go over there, but you're gonna go get Pearl.
Get who?
Pearl.
Oh, okay.
Who else?
I couldn't hear you. I'm old.
Get Pearl.
As she's going, shh, quick,
Shh. Quiet.
I mean, okay.
when the second time I say get Pearl, I reach up and like wiggle like my pearl necklace. Pearl, get Pearl.
Sorry.
Pearl. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna go. Wait. I can't leave you.
I'm fast.
You're not fast. Your car is fast.
Fine, I got caviar.
Okay. How do I get out of here?
Motion to the big hole in the wall that is probably not closed all
And
the way.
which is right next to the door that Alonso came through. Sorry.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go get Pearl.
Go
Don't get murdered. Okay. I'm gonna slink off.
Okay, so I there's just so many different ways to go because this is essentially the three like going over, but I feel like I gotta get you guys to do a risky.
Yep.
Because this is just too delicious. I can't help myself. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I would like you both to do a risky move, please. Oh, I don't even know what time of day it is. Yeah, let's do.
Last day was daytime, I think.
Yeah, because the satin soiree is supposed to happen, but you know what? Night move because this is dangerous. Risky or face something that you fear. So, for both of you, sorry.
Very good.
Please name what you're afraid will happen if you fail or lose your nerve. Mazi for checking his body out, and Sai for heading over to get Pearl.
Well, clearly the worst thing that could happen in this moment is for that not to be a mannequin. Either if it's a person and they've been intentionally not responding and then something happens to Mazi, that's very bad.
That's very bad.
That's the worst.
I would be very sad.
Yeah, me too.
But also, I'd have to.
Or to Caviar.
Yeah.
If something
nothing will
happens
happen
to
to
Caviar.
caviar.
That she said the worst.
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell you how it's worse than you fear. I mean, like, something will happen to both Mazi and Caviar.
No.
And that body is like, not gonna be necessarily part of it. It's, yeah.
Is it a hollow body just full of bees? Is that?
We're not playing Trophy Dark. No, it's not.
I don't even know what that is.
Bees.
It's a game that seems to be obsessed with bees in certain incursions.
It's
That's all I'm
okay.
saying.
It's just full of bees.
Okay, so no, it's not full of bees.
That's good.
Okay, and then Mazi.
So should I do one for Sai then, or just in general?
No, you're in danger. I have completely excused
You're
myself
in danger.
somehow.
You're on your way to Pearl. What's gonna happen? Okay, so I think
Let's put it this way: the person for Sai, the person who caused that body, could be still around to do something to Mazi and Caviar.
Yeah.
So that's the worst. Okay. And then Mazi, you're approaching this body.
yeah, I'm thinking it's somebody who's still alive. They're keenly aware that we're there. Like they heard the moment. Like they basically watched you fall through and then
everything
turned around
fits.
and have been listening, and just like they've got like this ruse going on. And it's going to be somebody, either somebody we know, perhaps from some of our previous work.
Sheriff Dalrymple.
Oh no. He's tied up. No. Or it's
Duct tape over his mouth.
or somebody either somebody we know or somebody. What if it's like instead of a ghost, it's like a zombie? No. My brain's thinking Hex Files. Somehow there's like, what if it's the corpse of Walter? No. Was it Walter? Is
Ooh.
that our ghost?
That's our
Yeah.
ghost, yeah.
Okay.
He didn't die here, though.
That we know of.
I
Maybe he
mean,
got
that would
placed.
explain why he came back.
No, but I think somebody that we know from our past who maybe we've been on their radar. I think would be pretty bad that we've been trying to get out of that life, and now we are not only in the very near vicinity of a murder, as well as caught sneaking around in somebody's back room. I feel like that would be very bad for us in general. And Mazi would not be happy. I'm sure it could be worse. I just don't know what would be worse. Besides getting murdered.
Right.
I mean, how
But I
dark do
covered
we
that
want to
one.
take it?
I
I've
mean,
been listening to a lot of true crime recently, and it could be so much worse. It could always
yeah,
be worse.
it can definitely be worse.
Come around the front side of the body, and it's just a giant eyeball.
No.
What was our first? Hold on. Did we do? Oh, we did the baking one. Was the first one? wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
But that was not the one I'm thinking of. I was thinking of the Christmas one where we like super horribly failed everything at the end. And I was gonna say maybe it was something from that, but that's a totally different group of people.
Yeah,
Right.
That would make sense.
Right.
that wasn't us.
I'm gonna say, sorry. I'm gonna say that, yeah, the if it's worse, then the body you find is dead. On the plus side, then like you have one less suspect to worry about, but they're dead.
But
I do
So-
love a good suspect that person and then find them dead twist in a story.
I mean, who
Yeah.
doesn't?
That's
Hold on.
always fun.
Okay. So
Just like, he
nobody's
did
got
it.
any.
Oh no, he's dead.
Nobody's got any conditions except for Mazi, but that's marked
Right.
by Helen, and I'm not going to cause that to be any disadvantage or anything like that. So remember, you can get advantage if you want by using a personal quarters item for your particular thing that you plan on doing. But if you don't want to, then it would just be a let's see. I think for both of you it would be a straight roll plus composure.
Straight roll plus composure.
That's 2d6 plus 1.
Correct.
Or-
whatever your
Right.
modifier is. Yep.
Oh, I got 2 on my composure.
I think I would like to use one of my cozy little place items.
Okay.
And technically, I've got caviar in here.
Yes, you can always use.
Okay.
To-
Do I need to
to-
check him off, or I forget
No,
how that
no,
works?
you never
Okay.
have to. You can use
Because
him
of
for
the
advantage, but you
Gordon
always leave
Shumway.
him unmarked. Yep.
Okay. And I will do that. Does that make it plus 2?
No, it's 3d6.
3d6.
3d6
dice.
plus your 1. Take the 2 highest dice.
Watch me roll all ones. I'll
They
get
see me
3.
rolling. Hey.
Okay, 5 and 6 plus 1 is 12.
Okay.
I didn't fail the roll for once.
All right. So Sai gets a 12. So you managed to sneak out. Nothing bad happens, and you also get a void clue. Boy, howdy.
Oh boy.
Oh snap! It is just a giant eyeball in a suit, isn't it?
No.
No, it's
And
3
then-
eyeballs in a suit.
Ugh, that makes
Mazi,
more
what did you
sense.
get?
Silly
I
me.
got a 10.
Hey.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
I got a 6 and a 2. And then plus 2.
Okay. All right, so that's a 10. All right, so yeah, you succeed in taking a look over there. Actually, you know what? Because it's a risky move, since I called it a risky move, it doesn't have to be a void clue. Do you want a void clue, Sai, or did you want to get something extra special or
How many
something?
clues do we have right now?
For
Wait,
void?
what's something extra special?
She's like, wait, let me
Wait a
hear the extra
second.
You
special.
have some narrative. You have some narrative control.
Like an item or like a clue?
If you want.
If it's between a regular clue and a void clue, and this is a complexity 7, and we already have 8, I think that I would rather have a void clue.
Okay. Void clues make it creepy, just so you know.
I love
Yes,
creepy.
creepy.
Okay.
Just 3 eyeballs in a suit. I'm gonna draw that now.
With a wig on the top one.
Clearly.
I think as you make your way back into the room, into the, like, down the hallway, you are successful in being stealthy as heck to go get Pearl. I think as you approach the front room and you see their display is looking quite splendid. I mean, like, from what you can tell, I mean, like, there's different levels. It's like they're on a dais, and like all the accessories are draped beautifully and what have you. But as you get closer and then you see Pearl among the people looking on at the display, I think for just an instant you see that every mannequin looks like they're draped in a long black robe. And then you turn to look at Pearl's face, and when you look again, then it's back to the display. I think at this point too, like as you enter in though, I think, like, Alfonso's looking back and he sees you and he gives you a smile. What kind of smile does he give you, Sai?
Conspiratorial. Fond remembrance.
Showing off his teeth. Showing off his great smile. Guys are horrible. Okay. All right, and then Mazi with a 10.
So I would like to say, as I'm approaching,
I want on the record.
Hold on,
wait.
That I was going to be approaching, like, sort of quiet, but I don't want to, like, if said person being whatever were to turn around, not to see me like hunched, like trying to sneak along, just more like walking, like as calm as possible. And also, taking my time as much as possible to see if Pearl and and Sai return.
Oh my gosh.
You're dawdling. That's what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
I think you're gonna start to approach. I mean, it's, you know what?
Guys,
It's a
I wait in
10.
the car. This is not my job.
Not anymore. You're in the thick of it.
I'm gonna tell you who it is. But I'm gonna since you got a 10, I'm gonna let you describe. I'm gonna let you describe what you see. You see Emmeline Savoy. She's the co-owner of Savoy and Mink. She's sitting there. And she's, well, I'm going to tell you that she seems to be crying.
Oh.
Quick question. Is she alive?
If she's crying, I hope so.
That's what I was thinking.
I just saw a bunch of mannequins in robes, so
Oh,
That's
no,
why I
no.
didn't say
Just
obviously.
double
I said
checking.
I hope
Just
so.
double checking. I hope so. I mean, me too, really.
I mean, if you want me to go one step further, I can, and say that it looks like she had headphones on.
Oh, so she couldn't hear us. Haha.
Right.
And
But
she
yeah,
has very
she's
big shoulder pads, which is why she didn't feel Caviar's gentle patting on her.
Mhm.
Pat, pat. So she's sitting at the table, her back is to us,
Mhm.
to me, and
Yeah.
she's crying.
Yeah.
Can I tell if the crying is um general sadness, or is she like muttering anything as she's doing it that would indicate the reason for the crying specifically?
Um, it doesn't look like you can tell.
Okay. So when I get close enough that I can see that that door that Alfonso came through,
Mhm.
that also leads into this area.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say yes,
Okay.
but that place where Sai fell, maybe perhaps not. Like it's maybe it was behind some other crates. Like you couldn't tell, like, what was back there.
Okay. I will.
If you had no other idea, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
So I would kind of keeping an eye on her. I want to shuffle back and like kind of push that wall sort of back up into place quietly, and
mhm,
then reach over and like crack the door open that Alfonso came through,
sure,
so that when Sai and Pearl come back, hopefully they go through the door that is now cracked open,
sure.
and maybe make it look like I came through said door.
Okay.
Um, before shuffling back and I don't want to try to startle her though. I
Oh
want
yeah,
to
yeah.
like wave from the side, or maybe take I don't know if there's like an empty, like the tube that the fabrics come on, like one of those. I guess it's like I'm thinking like a toilet paper roll, but the giant size.
I know what you
He's
mean.
been
Like it's
Okay,
giant.
yeah,
like where you put
yeah.
plans
Wrapping
in. Like,
paper roll, it makes that.
yeah,
There we
yeah.
go, wrapping paper roll.
Gonna
Right,
knock
right,
them
right.
over all at once.
No, I was gonna like just kind of roll it towards her feet. Like again, I don't want to like startle her.
Sure.
So just sort of like send something in her direction to get her attention that would be more obvious than the cat going pat, 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 pat.
Oh, and you think? Yeah, I think the the cloth or whatever that you unravel is like rather festive. It's one of those things, and it's like she sees the movement out of the corner of her eye, um, and she will follow it through. I think the the limpid eyes that look up at you, Mazi, as she follows the movement, they stare into your soul. She's You recognize her from some of the pictures of the press pictures for Savoy and Mink. Long red nails, like kind of put together. Her makeup is not necessarily messed up, but she's so well put together that you can tell just from the shine of her eyes that she's been crying. Um, and she she's dressed in what looks like all black. Um,
A little premature. No, I'm just kidding.
well, I mean, she
It's
said,
fashion, darling.
and she's like, oh, hello. I, I needed to come back here to contemplate the future of Savoy and Mink.
That's understandable. I just we were looking, trying to put together some clues and taking stock of everybody that's on the premises, for when Dalrymple gets here.
Oh, Are you, are you with the police?
Why is everybody asking that? With the police. um in a sense, we're helping out, but more we're just kind of taking stock about everybody's here. And I'll just kind of thumb back to the door, and I am starting to raise my voice a little bit so that hopefully Pearl and Sai can hear through the door.
Sure.
Be like, yeah, Alfonso came through the door and it didn't catch all the way. So I thought maybe there might be more people back here to, take stock of, take attendance. I don't know. What's the word?
I needed to hide away. I mean, she was très spéciale. Together we created a sphere of possibility. A world where anyone could realize a beautiful dream. An exquisite rebirth of the self. And imagine, for 20% off.
I'm trying. Sorry.
Oh.
It's all a chat. My brain is
It's like it was like it was going like somewhere and then it just went completely off the rails at the end.
That's how my brain goes.
I'm just imagining Mozzie's voice getting louder and louder and like inappropriately loud for this situation.
It's like
She's
echoing.
Well, that's awful.
Yeah. Sorry. She was wonderful, but we have come across some sort of nefarious acts going on, and we're trying to at least apprehend the person. Sorry, I got something in my eye as well.
I didn't think you were teary-eyed over.
No, I got something in my eye.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Yeah, so I, talking awkwardly loud, sort of stalling. So to be clear, this warehouse that we're in is shared by both sides, right? Savoy and Mink and Creative Corner?
Creation Station, yeah.
Creation Station.
Yes. Yes. I mean,
Okay.
like, it's between the two places for sure, and it's just, again, surprisingly big.
Okay. I think I would sort of they're probably start just kind of strolling around. And pull out like my little scratch pad or something. So have you seen anybody else, and just motion around back here, that we should be questioning or concerned about?
I mean, all we were doing was making sure to have the satin soiree ready for tonight. I mean, we have all been back and forth here. Or in the back of what is that place at? The Creation Station. Have you seen Sam?
Remind me who Sam is real quick.
Sam Darlington is the antiques dealer.
The jewelry and such.
Jewelry and trinket.
Have we seen Sam?
I think he was one of the people that had come out to initially help with the display.
Okay. So he might be up front still fiddling with stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we did see Sam just a bit ago. He should be in the front of the store.
Oh, yes, he is putting together the display, yes? I suppose I should help myself, but I have... it is very upsetting, yes.
If you do intend to go back out front, and I'll motion to like another door that maybe leads around, maybe don't go that way. Go the not through the crime scene.
Oh. Yes, good idea. There should be a direct door on the side to go into the front space.
Right. Is she what she was listening to? I'm assuming she took off her headphones and
Yes. She had taken off her headphones and just kind of was talking to you very politely.
okay. Um, how close can I get to her and the table? Like,
She's
if I start walking towards it, is she gonna like act weird or freak out or?
no. I mean, like she's
Oh.
again.
Overlap.
She's actually looking quite distant. Like she's looking through you and
Mhm.
at you at the same time, and she just seems to be kind of like, you know.
Okay, I want to try something.
Go
And
ahead.
I know Caviar isn't mine, but he is there.
Yeah.
I want to I want to kind of walk around, sort of either get her to turn so that her back is kind of to Caviar and the
Mhm.
table.
Yeah.
And maybe point over to something off to the side so that she's looking that direction, and then like point at Caviar and point at like grab an earbud, like point at the table, point at Caviar, like
Okay.
trying to get him to grab one and like swipe one off the table.
Oh, gotcha. You mean like swipe the earbud off the table or the
Yeah.
headphone off the table?
I don't know. Is it like if it's
Like a
wireless, then
AirPod.
that's what I was thinking. Like an
Yeah.
AirPod,
You
you could just
take off
chomp
with
it up
it.
and carry
Yeah.
it
Sure.
off.
Sure. Okay.
So
Now wait, okay, so let me ask you something. Like what is your goal? To distract her chasing after caviar or to
no, I want to distract her, like pointing over maybe to some fabrics or something. I don't know anything about fabric, so maybe I'll just be asking, like, "Oh, is this one of those fancy chiffon taffeta velvet things?" It's very lovely. As I'm like awkwardly stroking it, trying to get her to look in that direction,
Okay. But I
and
mean like
then
do you want caviar to swipe to actually like steal the earbud, or are you talking to like are you trying to get caviar to just smack the earbud onto the floor?
I want him to steal it,
Okay.
like pick it up and walk off with it, so that maybe he can like run back to Sai and spit it out on the ground. She's like, "What is this?" She has
Why
no
is it
idea what's
covered in
going.
cat drool?
Cats don't drool.
They
God,
do,
they do.
and
Um,
it's gross.
My childhood
Hilarious.
cat liked to swipe the Mary figure out of our nativity every Christmas.
Oh my
Just the Mary
God.
figure. I don't know why. And we'd find her under the
She was
piano
the
covered in
best,
drool.
obviously. I didn't know that cats drooled or farted until I was a full-grown adult and we took in a stray. And she, bless her heart, she was the sweetest animal. But she would like, you would pet her and she would just like,
Weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
when
then
my childhood cat was elderly, she would drool.
Oh,
She was relaxed.
goodness. All right. So you want her to steal the earbud. Okay. Well, you can roll. And again, this would be a, let me see. There's like so many things going on here. This could be either
That's why you don't
composure
put Mazi in
or
charge.
presence, right? Like to get attention away from caviar as you try to stay composed. I'll leave it up to you. You can either presence or compose your way through this thing.
as a note, I did purposefully use caviar to protect her while
Okay.
I was gone
Okay. All
as
right.
part
So
of my
perfect.
leaving.
All
So
right. So go ahead and roll with advantage
Ooh.
with composure or presence. Take 3d6, take the two highest plus your modifier.
Okay, that's another 10.
Stuff. Wow.
4 two
Oh my.
2 4s, and then my plus
Anyone
2.
nervous about the fact that our dice luck seems to have swapped?
100%, 100%. We are
Sus.
gonna
All right.
roll ones
Sus.
when it counts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm
here
gonna
for it.
say that you succeed in what you plan on doing. So you do get Emmeline, that's her name. Yeah, she introduces herself as Emmeline Savoy, out of her chair, and then she will kind of see what you're, admiring, And yeah, you manage to convey to Caviar that you want him to steal her stuff. Oh my gosh. So
Just
yeah,
one.
just one.
Just
Okay.
one.
So tell me what this looks like as she goes to
So
check
I
out that
imagine
fabric.
I'm just like caressing this fabric, whatever it is, and I'm just spewing out names of fabric. The tulle is very crinkly with the taffeta velvet,
It's
and
faux fur.
yeah,
It's
I'm just like
quite mixed media, absolutely. This is one of the most unique pieces that we have, for sure.
and then like leaning back, like kind of as she's like explaining it and looking at it, kind of lean back a little bit and like point to Caviar. And then yeah, it's I like this blue, and the greens really swirl. I'm checking to see if he's picked it up.
Yeah, he has.
Doing like signals like get out of here, like take it to your mom.
In fact, I'm going to say that you're going to get a clue out of this because of the 10. So, because honestly, I cannot remember if I said this is like night move or day move or what. I don't care. It's fine. You get a clue. So I think as you are, she's explaining this to you with her back to you, she will say, it's like, this is a very unique piece. Would you believe that this was from a commission to do an extravagant revenge dress?
Oh, like from a nasty divorce.
I mean, it was only described as to make it so. Well, let's just say we priced it out quite extravagantly. And to take revenge on the person who ended up paying for it.
I like it. I like it. Has
And then-
Caviar got the earbud?
Yes, Caviar has Caviar has nicked the earbud and has you see as she is you catch the side smile of Emmeline on her face as she's describing this revenge dress and that you see Caviar's jaunty tail kind of puffing away as he makes his way back into the front room, into the place
He's
where
so
everybody-
fluffy.
He's so fluffy. I'm so sorry. I'm like, I haven't given you guys a break. We can either take a 10 right now and then finish, and for the remaining 50 minutes, or we can just keep powering on. It's up to you. I feel bad that I didn't give you a break yet. Oh my gosh.
You're muted,
let's-
Pearl.
Yeah, let's do a 10.
Keep
Let's
doing
do a
that.
10 because
Okay.
I can always use bio and beverage break. All right.
There we go. There we
See
go.
you at the 42 mark.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, we're gonna wrap it up after Sai and Pearl make it over or make it back there or what have you. So this way you guys have some chances to do what you're gonna do. However, again, I mean, you have found yourself, Sai, in the front room where you're gonna grab Pearl, but you do get the weird look from Alonso. What do you say? Going to Pearl. What do you say?
Pearl,
Yes.
Pearl, 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 Pearl.
Are you all right? Is Mazi all
Uh,
right?
I don't know. We kind of need you in the back room right now.
Absolutely. Coming.
Okay,
Coming.
yeah, let's go. Okay, so we're gonna come to the back room. I'm imagining that Caviar is meeting me in the hallway, probably, or like in the doorway to the back room and like jumping into my arms.
Yes.
And spitting out nearby.
Yeah.
Bleh, bleh. And I'm like, as a force of habit, I take what he hands me and just put it in my pocket. Like not
Mhm.
even very, Smooth, not questioning.
You're lucky he's not a hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
He's much
still
too
fine for them.
refined to be gnawing
know.
on mice.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're not even seasoned.
They're not, truly. A peasant's dish. At best.
Would you like, because Caviar stole your butt, would you like to get another clue?
Couldn't hurt.
Couldn't hurt. All right, so please roll for it.
Oh, well,
Again.
maybe it could hurt.
Well, I mean, again, you'd be rolling with advantage because, Caviar's your cat. You have Gordon Shumway. And so this would be straight, who's a wingus? Meddling move with reason and with advantage. Yeah.
Did you say who's a wingus?
I said who's a wingus, yes.
Okay.
When in doubt, say weird things.
That is a 5 and a 6 and a 1, which is 12. Wait, is that right? No. It's 5 and 4. Look, math is hard, okay? I was not a math major. I majored.
Okay, so with advantage, 3d6 plus, take the two highest plus your modifier.
5 and 4 is 9, so it's 10.
10, okay, cool.
I saw the d6 and I was like, 6, awesome. No, that's not how that works.
I think it's a weird, at this time of day, night, whatever the heck it is, I think it's a weird, not news, trivia? Something. I think what you end up hearing still through the earbud, because it's like it's connected to a nearby phone or player or something like that. It sounds like it's it's like a broadcast of something local, like maybe from the local Brindlewood Bay station. It's like BBWY, whatever the heck the call letters are, and it's like a kind of like a talk show where they're talking about some history or some current events of such and so forth. And for whatever reason, they mention that around this time, like they've had the satin soiree before, but they were talking about how one year there was like a box of old love letters found, postmarked, but never opened, like in the vicinity of the satin soiree. So that's the clue. A box of old love letters, postmarked, but never opened. I don't know if anyone wants to type that in or if you want me to do it.
I can do it.
Okay. A box of old love letters, postmarked, but never opened. And then as you're hearing this, you two, you are going in there, and at this point you're seeing where Emmeline has gotten up out of the chair. Like you can see like her profile as she's like looking at this strange fabric in the corner, and she's telling like Mazi all about it, and Mazi's like nodding her head enthusiastically and such. And like, you as you enter in, you hear Mazi's voice getting louder and louder.
Remind me to teach her about this sort of thing.
Dear God, she's in trouble.
I'm
velvet.
bustling over there.
Is this suede?
You are.
Oh my God, you're not a corpse.
Act.
A corpse. Unfortunately,
no, you don't understand. You're supposed to be dead, and Mazi, you're supposed to be in trouble. What is happening?
I'm sorry.
I
think
I know I'm wearing black, but I'm mourning.
And we
I am mourning my.
And we threw the thing, and you're not dead.
I am mourning my partner because she has been deceased.
She has, and that is very sad. And I think that maybe we all just need to calm down and take a couple of deep breaths.
Why is she telling me that
Looking
I need to be
inside.
dead? I don't understand.
I think there has been a misunderstanding when somebody said that the owner was back here. They thought that uh your late partner had been moved here for some reason, and so she got confused.
I would elect to sit down, but I think we've seen where that lands me.
This is very confusing. Do you think that I am to be, as you say, next?
I don't think so. No, no, no. It's just a bit of confusion.
Okay.
I'm
I
so sorry for your loss.
Oh no.
sincerely apologize for shouting earlier. You did give us quite a scare.
Oh, I do so apologize. I mean, that was not my intention at all. Um, but at any rate, yes, I guess I should. It sounds as if they are done with the display. We can commence with the satin soiree in a few hours. Yes.
When I came back here, it looked to me as though uh names, dagnabbit names.
Well, a
It
lot of
looked to me
names.
as though Calvin was pretty well set with getting the mannequins just so.
Do you know if Sam had a chance to add his accessories to the display?
I don't know. I will have to if you would like me to run check, I can do that.
Don't you
No,
dare leave.
it is fine. I can look myself. It is probably best that I do see how far they have gotten. Yes.
That makes sense. Sometimes throwing yourself into work can be a balm for the soul.
The soul. God rest. And then she will leave a drapey dark shadow in her morning dress, as she called it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So she went off and changed after she knew about the murder.
Who told her about the murder? She hasn't been present.
Yeah, that is an interesting question.
Suspicious.
Maybe
Everything's sus.
everything's sus. Everybody's sus.
This is why
Everybody's
we think
sus.
everybody did it.
Yes, exactly. So I'm gonna ask you, like, in this moment, we can pull out of this and say, yes, we can theorize and say you have
Everybody
10
did it.
clues on a 7 complexity. Does anybody have any way of starting this theory?
Okay.
Everybody did it.
Everybody.
did it.
They
Except
hated her
us.
guts. No, right?
The scissors did it.
The scissors did it.
Well, in a
Haunted.
sense, yes, but
Technically correct.
the best
Technically.
kind of correct.
Did you say the best kind of correct?
Yes. Sorry,
It is the best.
Futurama.
I know. It is the best kind of correct. Kathleen.
Uh,
I will
Okay.
I will remind you all. I mean, like, again, theorize. Open freewheeling discussion about the solution based on the clues.
okay.
Okay, so let's go for the reading them out. Invitation to meet at Creation Station at midnight. A newspaper article about ancient artifacts washing up on local beaches. A lucrative job offer from a major fashion house. An old magazine from S&M that says Harper and Mink with the cover defaced. Folder of shipping manifests, each altered in the same way. A sewing kit with a pair of scissors conspicuously absent. Catherine and somebody? It was an overheard romantic overture rejected by Catherine. A note threatening to go public about a smuggling operation. A commission for an extravagant revenge dress. And a box of old love letters, postmarked but never opened.
Okay.
Did we establish who Harper is or not?
Harper is Penelope. She was the businesswoman that is
Powder
the
blue suit, big hair.
yes, owns Creation Station, and she knows about you guys, which is why she asked you to stay and figure this out by the time Sheriff Dalrymple gets there. Yeah.
She has
Okay.
a vote of confidence in his abilities.
I'm thinking that we have kind of two axes of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's the money and the love, romance, passion, obsession, whatever you want to call that angle.
Right.
So I'm
Sorry
ahead.
to interrupt. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Are Savoy and Sam married or no? They're just business associates.
Savoy is, let's see, she started
she
as a
kept asking
fashion
about it.
forecaster for the boutique. Hold on, sorry, I'm like,
Yeah.
hold on, you were asking about
If Savoy and Sam Darlington are married or if they're just business associates.
no, they're business associates. Okay, so Emmeline Savoy is the co-owner of Savoy and Mink. She started off as a fashion forecaster for the boutique, and when Penelope Harper left the business, she took her place by Catherine's side. Sam is the antiques dealer who runs the jewelry and trinket counter at Savoy and Mink and manages new acquisitions. He is an expert in precious objects of dubious provenance and has gone like far back with Catherine and Penelope.
Thank you. Sorry, Kathleen. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I am thinking that we have two things here that point to a rejection of someone's romantic overtures.
Mm-hmm.
The overheard conversation and the love letters that were never opened.
Right.
And the invitation to meet at midnight, possibly.
That
Yeah,
could
we don't know who
could
that
be
is.
romantic,
Right.
or that could be connected to the smuggling stuff.
Right.
True.
Could go either way.
And honestly, it's like it could be two things that could be going on at once that may have nothing to do with each other, but dovetail in an unfortunate way.
Right.
So,
right. Okay, so
We know that Catherine is involved in whatever is happening romantically.
yes. And she's the one rejecting at least one of the overtures. It seems logical to me that she also may have been the recipient of the love letters.
mm,
And the
We
I
never opened
agree.
them.
Yeah.
I really am leaning toward thinking that it was Emmeline. That
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
Kathleen and Emmeline.
Yeah, Catherine and Emmeline, she was took her place by Catherine's side
mm,
after Penelope left. I think she wanted that to be in more than just a business sense.
mm,
Yeah.
that could be.
Meanwhile, whether Catherine was not interested in her personally, was not interested in women in general, was not interested because she was already married, however it was, she rejected the overtures.
Okay.
Revenge dress. I don't think the revenge dress is connected to that angle.
Although Emmeline did really appreciate it, I don't know if it's necessarily connected with the love triangle.
Yeah,
Although it may be connected with the smuggling.
Mm,
that could be.
That could be how they were getting things in and through unknown because, historically people are sewing diamonds into the hems of things and
I like
And
it.
we know that Sam had connections for things of dubious provenance.
mm-hmm.
A
Um,
newspaper article about ancient artifacts washing up on the local beaches. What if, like, commissions for the extravagant dresses are cover for, like, things that are being smuggled? Like, these ancient artifacts, like, smuggled on the pretense of, yes, we are shipping out dresses, but they happen to go to the same places as these things that maybe private collectors are interested in.
yeah, you know what? Depending on what the ancient artifacts are, if there are things like coins or jewelry or something like that, they could be sewn directly onto the dresses
Mm-hmm.
in the guise of just general embellishments.
Yeah,
Right.
beadwork or
And
whatever.
so the
Yeah.
real value of the dress is actually in those.
Yeah.
Um,
It's 3,000-year-old gold coins sewn onto a taffeta dress.
yeah,
Just looks
exactly.
Something or more substantial backing. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure, like, something like,
That just
fortifying the
tickles me.
dress.
They don't
It's
want to
like,
be
"Oh,
too
this is a
embarrassed by what they're sending out.
$10,000 dress." It's like, this is rayon. Like,
Yeah, this came from a prom shop at the
This is
mall.
felt.
the tag still says Walmart. I
Oh
don't.
my god. Oh my god.
Is this
It's
hot
been
glue?
altered. It's been
Yeah.
altered. It's fine. It's been bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled for ancient times. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on.
So-
All right. So somehow somebody found out about it and threatened to go public about the smuggling part. So, regardless of the like just taken away from the romantic triangle for half a mo.
Yeah.
I mean, like, somebody has again, been what is it? Laundering, I guess. Doing the smuggling thing, or like laundering money through the business, and then, like, providing, like, also this illegal smuggling operation underneath.
And that would account for the shipping manifests
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Altered in the same way. So I mean, like, what we think is actually in there is not quite.
Right.
So
You know
that
what?
takes care of that
You
one.
know what I think? I think Emmeline did not know about the ancient artifacts and the smuggling and the whatever, but then found out.
Mm-hmm.
And she says to Catherine, "Look, you need to be with me. You just don't know it yet. And I have this leverage over you now. And so
Oof. Yeah.
you're going to be with me, or
Tried to
I'm going to
blackmail her.
expose you." Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I'm getting chills.
You're just creating this deadly fatale kind of situation. Shit.
And so Emmeline, in a fit of rage, like, Catherine rejects her. She's like,
Mhm.
"No,
Yeah.
you're in as deep as I am. Don't pretend like you didn't know. If you tell on me, you're going down with the ship too. And Sam and Calvin, and you're ruining everybody's life. Don't even think about it."
How
Right?
dare you?
Right.
In a fit of
And-
pique.
And in a fit of rage, when she's out of her mind and she doesn't see any other options, she just grabs that pair of scissors and takes her rage out on her object of desire, which is and always has been Catherine.
I think the defaced magazine cover,
Uh-huh.
she can't stand the idea that somebody else was ever next to Catherine the way she is.
It just fueled the fire.
Obsession. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Not great, but you know what I mean.
Yes,
I know
no.
you're nobodies. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, to add on to that, what if the lucrative job offer was actually for Catherine and she was contemplating taking it, which obviously sent that
Would
spiral
leave
even
Emmeline in
further.
the dust. Yeah.
high and
Yeah.
dry. Yep.
And it was Emmeline who sent the invitation to meet.
At
And
midnight.
Catherine probably thought this was about the soiree, since it was at Creation Station, which is not their boutique.
Right.
Using Creation Station made it seem like it was about the soiree, gave a pretense of why well, we need to meet late at night because there's so much to do. It's coming up so fast.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
get to work.
Okay.
And since it's sort of a shared warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
It puts more of the blame on Penelope because the body is on Penelope's
Property.
side. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh man.
that is targeted. Yes, you're
That's
right. That is
messed up.
absolutely targeted.
Fucking
Who
messed
she
up.
hates. She hates Penelope.
Yes.
Okay.
Jealous.
So she murdered Catherine. She went home, washed up, changed into black clothes, and just appeared in the warehouse like she had known, but wasn't
whole
at the
time.
epicenter of the action, right? Like
Mhm.
nobody saw her until just recently, but she knew, and she was already
Mhm.
wearing black.
When she was supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Mazi would be giving you eyes. Like, the hell are you doing?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Why are you
Oh,
telling her she should be
this
dead?
is so good. And I think
So
we're falling
twisty.
into a pattern of the last person we have a reasonably friendly conversation with, we wind up accusing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hilarious.
But I mean, it works. It makes sense.
The
Okay.
nicer they are, the more obvious it is that they
Clearly.
did it.
Suspicious.
So the most important question of all, who's rolling? Or is it going to be one die each?
I will roll one.
Okay, so +3.
Is it just one?
What do you mean?
One dice?
No, I mean like you could
Oh,
either be
I mean,
one
I will
person
roll
rolling
one
2d6.
dice. No,
and-
I'm only being responsible for one.
Oh, okay. I will roll one of the dice if
Okay.
you
I
want
will
to roll the
also-
other.
I will roll
Okay.
a d6.
Wait. Okay, so I only
Okay,
need
so
2
there's only
people to roll a d6.
Okay. I'll stay out of it then.
Okay. Okay. Let me get this.
Please roll well.
Like Rachel's face. What did you get?
Is it a 1?
Oh
It's
my
a
god.
1!
I got a 4.
5 plus 3 is an 8. Thank the gods. I would
Yeah, it was on the edge of my mouse pad at a 4 and then just like tipped over the edge and like turned to 1. This is like oh no. Mistakes were made.
Next mystery, we should try and solve it with like 1 clue.
Yeah.
That is such a negative.
What's the worst that could happen? Don't ask. Don't ask. Really don't ask.
Well.
Just gonna roll a nat 20 on a d6.
Heck yeah.
Oh my god. Okay,
Talent.
Sorry. so that is success with complication. Oh my god. So, all right. So, I'm gonna make a mention of this. Give me a second. I just want to pull this up. Remember, once per session, when any maven says, this reminds me of something that happened to Amanda Delacourt. Now, I don't know if there was ever a debate of like, well, you can use this on the Theorize roll. I don't know. I don't remember. Hold on. Matters and Theorize additional. No, unfortunately, no. No modifiers. So can't use Gold Crown Mysteries move on the Theorize roll.
Could we take a crown on the Theorize roll?
No.
Damn.
Nor can it be-
You mean we just have to be naturally good at
Evidently
Not-
so.
rolling crappy?
Yeah.
It's too much.
Evidently so. All right. Or this could be. Wait, hold on. Because I need to pull up version 3 rules. So hold on.
Is there a special crown for this adventure we could take? Crown of the yarn?
Mossy.
Crown of the knitting needles?
We're trying.
God.
We're trying.
That's great.
Dropped my glasses. I got so excited.
Oh my god. Okay. So it does. So version 3. Sorry, like the move things on this character keeper are a little bit out of date. So it doesn't matter who rolls Theorize when time comes. Additionally, Theorize cannot be taken advantage or disadvantage, nor is it subject to the effect of other moves. However, the success tier can be increased by putting on a crown, but only if every maven does so. So if you all agree to take a crown of some sort, then you can bump it up to a 12. To a 12 plus. Do you want to do that? Or I mean to 10, sorry. Not it's duh. So yeah, bump it up from an 8 to a 10 if everybody agrees to take a crown.
What happened the last time we got a complication on a roll? On a theorized roll?
I threw a chair at somebody. We had to like chase people down.
Yeah, it was again complicated. It wasn't smooth,
It just
know.
got
Was that
messy.
was that the Halloween one?
No, that was the
costume party where I was a
Bake.
nurse?
baking one.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm
And
willing if others are.
I think I'm willing.
Yes.
okay.
I
Alright.
I already have a crown, but I'll take another one.
This
Yeah,
will
that's
be my
fine.
first time, guys.
Ooh. So 10 on the
You
theorize.
haven't
Okay,
taken
great.
any crown?
Is it
So-
a void or a queen?
What do you mean?
Your choice.
Your choice.
Okay.
The only thing is, it's like, you can pick any of the crowns of the queen in any order, but if you're going to do crowns of the void, you have to go in order.
Okay.
Start from the first. So yeah. It just ups the creepy. Once you start using the crowns of the void, it just ups the creepy. Yeah, so if we don't want to do like, oh my God, we're stretching this out for another one. We can totally do like just a narration. It's like each of you give me an idea of like how this gets resolved. Like, what do you do to reveal the murderer and what happened and what happens?
So I think one of the things that if we kind of put it all together,
Mm-hmm.
When Emmeline left the room, did she go out through the crime scene or did she go out the other way?
She went out, as you told her, she went out and she said she went out through the door that would lead straight into the front room as a recreation station, as opposed to the through the crime scene. Yeah.
Okay. So I think one of the things that we could definitely kind of trap her with, I guess would be a great way to say it, would be to mention she in theory should not know the murder weapon. Right? We didn't mention it. So
Right.
if we were to go out and start throwing around like some accusations or something and saying like you killed her with the rope, blah blah, or use the what do you call it?
Where did you get the knife?
Where did you get this thingy measure from? And
Tape
how hard
measure.
was it to strangle her with? Something like that to sort of almost get her to confess could be an option. I don't know. Mazi's very kicked down the door. Forward.
Well, she's basically proven she's bad under pressure, right?
Oh yeah.
Hey!
Not Mazi. I mean,
We need to be
Emmeline.
prepared for her to lash out violently.
That's true.
Because we now know she has a history of that. At least one time, very violently.
Yep.
Right.
We could. The interesting thing is she doesn't really seem to have any other pressure points. We could start congratulating Sam Darlington on his offer to go work at a big, like his new job offer.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, hey Sam, I heard that you, congratulations on
New York,
Yeah.
huh? Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have to trick her into confessing?
No, we don't. That was just an option.
Yeah. I mean, like, again,
Unless Burrow wants to
always
just walk
fun.
out.
I'm giving you guys narrative control to be able to tell me, like, how you get her to spill the beans or to just,
Hand her over to
j'accuse.
Dalrymple.
Right, exactly.
What
J'accuse or
about-
whatever.
Is there another pair of scissors, since this is like a craft shop, identical to the ones that were used?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Because we could come out with those and like make a big show of like putting them into like a showcase or like up into a front case as if they're like being replaced and see if there's any kind of reaction.
Oh, here they are. They go back here.
Yeah.
Like a
Okay.
telltale heart sort of situation.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, like, like you're
Throw a
all out
mannequin at
there,
her.
like she's looking over at the display and what have you. And then by this point, like, you see Sam has like added the the jewelry that he wants displayed and shown this uh, at this soiree. And maybe you see the glint of some coinage or whatever that's sewn into and onto these garments, complementing the trinkets that he's put out. Yeah, and she's starting to look uncomfortable, especially when you bring the scissors out or something.
I think we should do like a multi-prong, like
Yeah.
just hit all the points. So someone
That's
start
fine.
Yeah.
talking to Sam.
Force it.
Yeah. And
I'm
then
drifting toward the front door, just to make sure she can't easily make a bolt for it,
with
and
the
so I can keep
scissors.
an eye
No, I'm
open.
just kidding.
Keep an eye open for Dalrymple. Keep
Yeah.
those scissors out of her reach, please. I don't
Oh, yeah.
want to. Yeah.
I'll keep them out of her reach.
I will start loudly congratulating Sam
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
on his his lucrative job offer from a major fashion house. Super lucrative.
So lucrative.
Now, are we saying that
Congratulations,
were we saying that he was part of the smuggling ring or smuggling?
We are. We
Yeah.
are. As far as we know, he hasn't actually had a job offer, but since the threat of the situation being destabilized was part of
Mhm.
what sent her over the edge in our
Mhm.
theory.
Yeah.
This is another
Right.
on that.
Is that why Alonzo's there? Because he
Mm.
works for that fashion house?
Well, he's the brand designer and brand director and graphic designer for Savoy and Mink.
Yeah.
Alonzo is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And was married to Catherine, supposedly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't find a
I
ring,
love-
though.
I love how you're already like putting it into canon for your table that was supposedly married. to
Supposedly
Catherine.
married. I mean,
They could have been partners. I mean,
We
know,
didn't
it's
see the
fine.
certificate. I'm
I
just
didn't see a
saying.
certificate.
Well, why would I worry about that?
I don't know.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, basically, it's like you guys would tell me like what you think like happens when Sam is uncomfortably like saying thank you, but he knows as well as you do that what you're saying is completely out.
What is this? What? Huh?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, everybody else is looking on. It's like okay. But
For he's a jolly good fellow. I'm hamming it up, man.
I am going to I think I want to, rather than myself being at the, well, no, I still want to be by the door because I can't trust anybody else outside our little circle to know to stop her
Mhm.
if she starts to go. But I am going to call Alonzo over and start more effusively expressing my sympathies to him as the most bereaved, the most affected, the one
yeah.
who in whose life Catherine's loss will leave the greatest hole,
Yeah.
and try to ratchet up the pressure that
Oh,
way.
here's the
And
scissors. The
Props, yay.
tiniest. So I'm like,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
Diane.
Can you imagine being stabbed to death with a 2-inch pair of scissors?
it just
I
has to
mean-
hit the right spot, unfortunately.
yeah, if
know?
you get the jugular or something, I suppose, but
Pretty much. So yeah.
otherwise
But,
it's just not very efficient.
No. But yeah. So just go ahead, ladies. Tell me how you think this ends.
I think that if you're thinking about it like as sort of a TV show, we're seeing and hearing from just Emmeline's POV, right? And
Yeah.
it's like all of these things you can like you could see
Here.
her blood pressure rising, and then like and the sounds start overlapping, and she's just becomes this like cacophony of pressure, and it in a similar way to what happened in the back room prior to the murder, right?
Sure.
Can we have something creepy happen?
Always.
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Oh, I was gonna say, so as all of this is starting to like, confuse her and make things, all the mannequins, like their faces kind of shift and they look like Catherine.
Ooh.
Like, so she starts like seeing
She's
Catherine, like
seeing this.
haunting
Yeah.
her.
Oh
I
my
like
God.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Creepy, creepy.
And I think rather than trying to either run or make a dramatic confession,
Uh-huh.
I think her intent is now to murder Alonso.
Ooh. Because
The-
it's his fault.
It's the person who was in the place she wanted to be.
Okay.
If it weren't for him,
And
they
Catherine's
could have been
affections.
together.
Yeah.
He was the biggest threat.
So she's going to, I'm not sure whether she should pick up a weapon or just launch herself at his neck.
She
Does
does
have those long red nails.
Right. I was gonna say she
Mhm.
does have those.
Yeah.
I have the scissors, so
I vote for physical
Thank you.
attack. That way he can get mildly harmed and I can nurse him back to health.
Okay. All right.
I like it.
Yeah. So I mean, like, and
like it.
and yeah, he's like,
And ideally, all of this is happening just as Dalrymple rolls up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
and she basically like screams at Alonso as she flies at him with her cat claws and basically just like, you never loved her like I did. You complete and utter fool. And yeah, she goes after him. She scratches at him, like, he goes down, his beautiful face, like, just like trying to protect himself.
Not the face.
And
That's his bread and
I
butter.
mean, like, maybe Sheriff Dalrymple at this point comes in and it's like, what is going on? And he's like, he's got to pull her off, slap some
Cuffs,
on her.
not sense. Slap some sense into her. Whack.
No.
Calm yourself down.
No, just it's like
Damn it, woman.
It's the cuffs, the cuffs, and then Alonso is like, what? Like he's completely like, she's punched him too, so maybe like he's a little he's off kilter.
I'm so sorry.
Head
She
wound.
was in love with your wife,
What?
and because your wife didn't reciprocate that love, she killed her.
At that, I think Emmeline collapses, her face hanging in her hair. And she's... We could have been together. She didn't love me back. It's all his fault. It's all his fault. Are you gonna make a mention of like at all of the smuggling thing, or you're just like happy to get her out of the way?
Honestly, I don't really give a damn about the smuggling.
Yeah.
That's fine.
People are making a buck.
Yeah.
It's not really my business. I'm not in this for abstract principles of
Snitches get
law and
stitches,
order.
yo.
Yeah.
I might be back later.
Oh my god! Why
We
not?
understand
are?
a good can't.
Yeah, yeah, no, no,
Come on.
I'm okay. I'm okay with this. This is fine. It's like if this is a callback to like, okay,
Yeah, let's
And-
leave it for now.
yeah. I'm
Right?
okay. So basically, I mean, like everybody's agog. Like Sam is looking just kind of like askance at everybody and such and so forth, and so is everybody else. Luke is just like to his aunt. It's like, what just happened or whatever, and then Janie's like, oh, I can't believe this. It's like, I'm gonna book my flight out of here tonight, and then all this kind of stuff. And Calvin's like, guess we don't have a show? And, like people are just like talking amongst themselves. And Alonzo's down on the floor covering his poor face because he's got some blood on it and stuff. Sigh, do you actually go over to him?
Oh, absolutely.
She's a noise.
Absolutely.
No, I'm just kidding.
What'd you say?
She's a noise.
I'm a nurse. Yeah.
Yes.
God, callback. Woo.
Such a callback. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm gonna go up and I'm comforting him and got my handkerchief out and like dabbing his head wounds that are bleeding profusely. And I'm like,
And-
Dalrymple, get the EMTs here. You useless SOB,
I think he will look up at you and really look at you. Yet I thought it was you. I was not quite sure. But then, you are here, and your face is as close as it was that spring night. We can fade if you want.
No, absolutely. Let's fade.
Okay. All right. So we call that solved.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! All right. So, yeah. Okay. So let's go to the Mavens. End of session. All right. Starting from the left. End of session. Did the murder Maven solve a mystery? Hell yeah.
Yay.
Did you share your wisdom pearl with a young person? Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Did you behave like a woman half your age?
I mean, I kind of drooled at the sexy men, but I didn't do a whole lot.
I
think.
mean,
Unless
doesn't
you
matter
think I
what age-
did.
Just trying to think if you did anything particularly spry. I mean, like, I don't care what age you are, you can drool after any old men you want. My goodness. So, I can't
I think
remember
I got
anything off the
2.
top. Yeah. So go ahead and add that to your track and then clear your questions and change your elective ones as needed.
And should I do my crown now or afterwards?
Let's finish out end of session with everyone and then we can do your crown.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Or everybody can do it. Well, you've got 2.
Yes.
Okay. And so, yeah, and then everybody can do it after we finish end of session stuff. Okay. Murder Maven solved a mystery, yes, for Cynthia. Did you secretly undermine the authority of a local official?
No.
Yeah, that
Not
wasn't
se-
very
not secretly, no.
No.
You worthless son of a boy.
Mhm.
Did you share your wisdom with a young person?
No.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
was
wait.
not very wise this session.
It's okay.
It's
okay.
alright.
And Mazi, Maven solved a mystery. Did you share your wisdom with a young person?
I did not. I don't
Did you
think I even
behave like
talked
a
to young
woman
person.
half your age?
I don't think so.
I feel like maybe because I think you were pretty stealthy, going from to Emmeline, checking her out a little bit, and then shuffling back and doing that thing with the door. So I would take that point.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop. You got an advancement.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and change your elective questions if you so choose, and then of course, if you know what your advancement is, go ahead and pick it out now.
I don't know.
Or you can leave it until next time. That's fine too. Just in case you need to remember. And then, if you guys have time, please feel free and do your crown or crowns.
Yeah.
Just read off the prompt first, and then go ahead and do them.
Okay. My first one, I'll do my first one, then you can each do yours, and we'll come back for my second one.
Okay.
That makes sense. Flashback showing how you were an imperfect sister or daughter. Okay. So we see Pearl, very young, dressed fairly hippie, not in really outrageous in the sense of provocative slogan patches or anything, but definite bell bottoms and beads and flower power. Arguing with her parents about how unreasonable their expectations are about her having to uh get her chores done before going out with her friends, and how completely uh uncool and unhip and oppressive they are to try to make her do these things when she's old enough to make her own decisions. And after much arguing, she finally agrees, okay, 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 I'll do the dishes. I know it's a school night. Fine. You are such a drag. And as soon as her parents leave the house for their bowling night, which they were expecting her to be, at home doing the dishes and probably her homework, see her craning, waiting for the car to be out of the driveway. She's out the back door to meet up with friends. Dishes still piled in the sink.
I'm gonna do I think it's the same one you just did, the sister or daughter. So Jordan and I weren't really actual daughter or sisters, sorry. We are just best friends, basically like sisters. Always got into trouble and stuff, and tried to help get people, each other out of trouble, get into trouble, had each other's back. Early on, after she met Barry, one of our first less savory events that we tried to get into, we basically got caught pretty early on, and rather than staying and taking the fall with her, I bailed out hard, and I left her to take the fall with Barry, somewhat out of jealousy because he was kind of moving into our friendship, and initially I wasn't so sure I wanted to go down this dark of a path. Drinking and smoking and that kind of stuff, okay, fine, but he was definitely getting into more unsavory things a little faster than I wanted to, and I kind of bailed on our first real job that we tried to do, and that started the rift between us.
Is it okay if I took a void clue instead of a void crown instead of a... Okay, I took a shadow in the garden.
Perfect.
I briefly considered taking a scene in present day showing a burgeoning romance. Briefly considered that. But it says hereafter, during cozy vignettes focused
Mhm.
on you or cozy move scenes involving you, you must also narrate how dark entities subtly reveal themselves in the scene. So I can't do that necessarily right now, but
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah,
that moving forward, you could expect some creepy narration from me.
cool. All right, awesome. All right. What did you
And I
just...
am also taking Shadow in the Garden. So
Excellent.
we've all got the creepiness starting to come in now.
Yup, exactly. Alrighty, wonderful. And that ends our session for this evening. Let's go with some stars and wishes. Yeah, just the goofiness of of you guys is it's beautiful, and working together, and also like some things coming up, which I love how it's just kind of like sidling in, and then like coming out in different details, and then just going yes and for sure. So I loved Pearl giving her pearls of wisdom to Janie. I loved
Yes, leave home, ditch your parents and what they and their expectations and their concern for
you
your
must
well-being.
fly free, fly free.
I mean, as far as Pearl's concerned, it's with
can be good advice sometimes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then Psy with like, again, like, going with my yes and. You didn't have to, but I mean, like, I just love the idea of like Psy having like, somebody from her past be present.
And he lives in town. I think that's what for me, I was like, really? He's just married to her and he's been in town this whole time and I didn't even like, I don't know. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, no. Well, I mean, again, also too, maybe it was one of those things where, like, again, graphic designer, brand director, you wouldn't necessarily see him on a daily basis.
That's true.
He would have been like maybe traveling for whatever. I mean, again, we never established whether he was part of that business, the smuggling part, or if he's, just the husband that's like kind of here and there. So
Yeah.
but maybe
He's
we
a
will
house
find out.
husband.
Yeah, maybe we will find
Well,
out.
House widower.
Oh,
Mhm.
ooh.
We will find out. And then of course, Mazi just getting into just goofy situations. But also just being very uppity. If somebody gets
This
in
is
your
why I'm
face.
left in the car.
I know. Oh my God. So I fully expect, this is my wish, I fully expect the next cozy move to be Pearl maybe taking Mazi under her wing, going like,
Aw.
look, dear, this is how you do some small talking, okay? But also another wish is to see more of the moves. Like, you have, especially if you have an advancement now and you have more than one. I mean, like, just if you can, like, figure out a way to parlay your move into a scene. So this way it's like, you have a great, like, if you have a great Maven move. And also too, like, give me hints too. Like, I don't care if you tell me in a DM or if you want to telegraph somehow that I'm gonna do blah blah Maven move. That's perfectly fine, and I'm happy to aid and abet you on doing that. So yeah, wishes to see, like, more utilization of that, and then just to see how far you guys get. I have plenty of things to do for this dark conspiracy thing in the background. So yeah, looking forward to introducing more layers as well as a wish for more of the mysteries and such.
I'll go next. So stars Mads for letting us just like sprinkle in the creepy and the quirky and like everything. And you say you like our yes and, but that's all you're saying to us is yes and.
Yeah.
So I love it because we get to come up with the most bonkers stuff, it feels like, even though it still feels somewhat plausible, at least in the terms of like a show. Obviously not in terms of like real world, but yeah, I love doing it. Pearl, you're always just like the logical one. I love it. But also, like, I want to see you be a little illogical sometimes. So that's my wish, is to see Pearl let her guard down a little bit and not be always so poised and ready and
Out of her element. Yeah.
yeah. So I kind of want to see that for all of us, to be a little bit more out of our element. I got to feel it tonight because I was like, I don't want to go poke the dead body.
I just sit in the car.
I just sit in the car. But yeah, it was fun. And Sai, yeah, the falling through the door. You go look. No, you go look. I feel like we're like two kids that are like we think the parent is sleeping and we're like trying to set up some elaborate plan. I feel like, shh, no, don't do that. So yeah, that was fun. And thanks for for leaving Caviar to be my little bodyguard just in
Meow.
case. So yeah, wishes. I definitely want to see us get like kind of pushed out of our elements a little bit more, so that we can see how our characters can act and react under different pressures. With our criminal background, I feel like it's gonna be tricky because we've been in tricky places, but I'm looking forward to see what you throw at us. And I'm looking forward to more spooky. I like the spoopy things.
I can go. as always, I just love spending time with these characters and this setting. It's just it is like a TV show that I eagerly tune into, but I'm also making it happen, which is such fun. Um, I particularly liked the way we worked together tonight on the Theorize. It was just everybody bing bing bing. Yes, you're right. That does make sense, and that's how that ties. I mean, that was a lot of fun. Uh, Mads, as always, I love your NPCs. They are such distinct personalities, like right off the bat, and such fun to play off of. I particularly enjoyed this evening uh Sai's alarm at the situation, both the you need to come now Pearl, who's like, oh my god, what is happening? Pearl would
She's like
not
the
have been
kid.
surprised if there was like horrible violence happening or some terrible scene, and she walks back and Mazi is awkwardly talking to somebody, just like peacefully, if kind of unconvincingly, talking about
That's
fabric.
By
basically a
far the
crime
least
scene.
perilous situation we've been in.
Yeah, and so Pearl's just like, and then Mazi starts yelling about, you were supposed to be dead. Like,
It was
seriously?
me. Yeah.
And Mazi's sheer awkwardness in distracting Emmeline was just priceless. I'm just gonna throw fabric related words out, and yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm just gonna keep talking and hope she doesn't notice that I don't know what. You just gotta do that with a little more calm and style and confidence.
Turn the
And that
volume down
approach
a little bit.
basically works. Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, not talking so weirdly loud, that probably helps too.
It's the engines. The engines are making my hearing go.
And as for wishes, gosh, I do like the idea of seeing us outside our comfort zones. I'm not certain what that looks like for Pearl. Certainly situations she can't fast talk her way out of, uh, are outside her comfort zone. If there's somebody who sees through her or doesn't care what she says and poses some kind of threat, then she's like, that was really the one arrow in my quiver. Uh so that might be where that goes. I don't know. But yeah, and I'd like to spend more time, and this will happen with cozy moves and whatnot. Uh just the dynamic of the three of us and my two mooch friends coming over to find out what I'm baking and all that kind of thing. Just the what we do when we're not in the middle of, oh my god, someone's been murdered. Uh I like that part. But I like the murders too, obviously.
And you know I have no problems if you guys want scenes together. I mean, like, again, that all it takes is just an ask and just
We
say,
are here
hey,
for murder, but also scenes.
but also scenes. I mean, like, like you get like seeing your dynamics together. I mean, like, it's a lot of fun, like for cozy moves and such.
Mhm.
So I always look forward to those as well because it's like we just want to see more of these characters.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Doing their thing.
Doing their thing.
Yeah, Kathleen, are you done? I don't want to. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Kathleen. I think the more that our characters interact, the more I fall in love with every single one of them. And also, it's going to be interesting to see how Sai plays against the void because she has almost no, she has -1 sensitivity to it. So as a player, I think it'll be a really fun dynamic to ratchet up the creepy and keep Sai in a place where she's like, that's weird. That must be like a storm coming or something, you know, like I don't know exactly what that's gonna look like, but I think it'll be a fun play. Yeah, but I just the more that our characters interact, the more comfortable we get with each other, even after taking some time off, it's always so satisfying and so much fun to come back and just be goofy and serious and to creep each other out and to, make wild accusations and stuff. That's always fun. I think, you know, so stars, all the stars all around. As far as wishes go, I definitely want to, uh, like I said, I want to ratchet up the creepy a little bit and see how Sai does with that. I don't expect it'll go really well. Which I love. I love rolling a 1 and putting my characters under stress. And I really want also to see how the relationship between the three women develops and becomes more deeply woven in with each other, because like we met as adults, all three of us met as adults, and we're in a book club and we've had some adventures together. And then like what really cracked Cynthia this evening was something that was not spooky at all. Like it kind of had that, but like seeing Alonzo is the thing that like really set her off. And then it was like a series of things that happened, and then near the end she was just like, you have to come to the back room, there's something absolutely awful happening. And it's really just an awkward conversation, which I think for Sai maybe is the worst thing that could happen. She's used to sneaking around in the dark and being the person that nobody really has line of sight on, or being someone who's a wallflower in the background. So it's interesting. I love that aspect. I want to see more of that.
Very cool. So, yeah, in between now and the next time we play, I mean, like, again, just trying to come up with ways to include, like, your wishes, like what you want to see in the future. And again, if you have anything that you come up with, like, oh, I want to explore this further for my character, would like the opportunity to do blah, blah, then please let me know. It's not as like strict as the between necessarily, where it's like, we just keep these characters mysterious and only like reveal during masks and stuff. But even then, like, I've even fudged the rules a little bit because I want to know about the characters. I mean, I just want to find out, like, what their pasts are like. So yeah, I mean, like, please feel free, and then like let me know if you want to just like have an extended cozy move, like, opportunity. So that's perfectly fine. I don't have to jump in and like, show a mystery off like right off the bat. And I did give you guys a layer for the for Brindlewood Bay. So this just like meta, it's basically where now there's the access to reveal the town history as it gets creepier and creepier, and you guys will only build upon that with your Shadow in the Garden. So, and as you take more of the void crowns, it's like get much worse. So we'll see. Yep. Alrighty. So thank you all for a wonderful time yet again.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll look forward to the next. Well, I mean, again, some cozy moves. I mean, the only one that has a condition is Mazi still, and we can remove that. I find it hilariously funny because I keep forgetting. I mark you, but it's usually somebody that's like kind of out of the way, because it's like, we've solved the mystery. So it's like,
We've
well,
interacted
dang.
with them, now bye.
Yeah, now bye. It's like, well, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, again, you're the only one with a condition right now. I gotta get better at this. I really do. But that's fine. I mean, like, again, cozy moves, even without worrying about the mechanical benefit. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay? So you guys have a wonderful couple weeks. If I don't already see you for something else, happy gaming for what you do before we come back. And yeah, I look forward to figuring out what the next mystery will be, which will probably won't be figured out until 30 seconds before we have to go on. So
Ooh,
that's
that's
the way
generous. Not 45.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Happy gaming for whatever you guys do, and I will see you
need
next
more.
time.
Yes.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.